Great time to get started. Welcome everybody. This is CareerLabs VR with ByteSpeed and Up360. Thanks for joining us this morning. We've got roughly 20 people registered for this morning's presentation. We just have 4 in right now, so I'm willing to bet there will be more that'll join throughout, but we're excited to have everybody here, and you know, a smaller group means more questions can get answered by those of you that are here, so thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Josh Knutson. I'm the Esports and VR Solutions Director here at ByteSpeed. And I just want to thank Tierney Brothers for putting this together and pulling in all of our attendees. They've been a great partner on the VR side, and we're excited about getting this solution in their hands and you know, by association, getting that to the schools that are joining us this morning. So thanks for being here, everybody. We really want to give Tierney a big shout out for being such a great partner. And with that, I'm going to introduce my co-presenter this morning, Harrison. Thanks for joining us. If you want to just tell everybody a little bit about who you are, and then we can kind of get started.
Yeah, thanks so much, Josh. I am the CEO and co-founder of a virtual reality development studio called Up360. We've been building and creating different VR experiences for workforce development and education since about 2015, 2016. And we run a team of about 17 people, and at any one time, we're probably working on 3 or 4 different unique educational projects.
Awesome. So today we're going to touch on kind of your main software solution, CareerLabs VR. We're going to do a big kind of introductory deep dive into the software, kind of what comes with the whole bundle, some professional development opportunities that, you know, are well known for Tierney Brothers, and some of the stuff that you guys offer, go over the available hardware, and then have quite a bit of time open for questions. We did this presentation a week ago, and it was about a half an hour present, half an hour questions. I think that worked really, really well, and that'll definitely give all our attendees today time to kind of get everything answered that they might have questions on, and we'll have a lot of great back and forth. So, you know, just jumping in before we get really started here, just a little bit of background on kind of how we got here. ByteSpeed, for those of you who are attending and don't know, we're an IT solutions manufacturer based in Moorhead, Minnesota. We've been doing, you know, IT and computer building for 21 years, and really in the last 4 have taken a really vested interest in kind of the higher end computing with virtual reality and esports. And our solutions in the virtual reality space have really evolved over time, you know, going from just kind of selling hardware to bundling in software alongside different hardware, headsets that change and kind of, you know, as the market develops and the tech gets better, you know, it's a constantly changing in field, and we have to adapt, you know, as we go. But one thing, you know, that we've heard time and time again is that schools especially are looking for specific, you know, use cases for their VR. And one of the most prevalent ones was, you know, that CTE content that a lot of schools are starving for. You know, we hear a lot of great feedback that, you know, the hardware is great, but, you know, we'd really love to see, you know, something in that career and tech space that we can actually utilize this for and get our students some hands on. Because, you know, the way that we introduce careers to students is changing. And, you know, I'm sure you'll talk about that too, Harrison, in a second here. But it was really kind of a great meeting of the minds when we kind of got together with Up360 and found your guys' solution, because I think it fits that CTE space really, really well. I think personally speaking, it's one of the best VR applications just in general out there on the market. And we're really excited that the partnership has evolved and we're able to offer this solution and move forward. So For those of you that are attending here, I'm going to give it to Harrison here, and he'll introduce Up360 and CareerLabs VR. And we're just really excited about where this solution fits in the technical education space and kind of what we can use moving forward. So Harrison, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Josh. So yeah, like I said, I run a company called Up360, and we're in the developing experiences field. We've been doing so since about 2015, 2016, and in 2017, through a couple of different partners that we were consulting with, we had an organization that was a employment center, a career center, or kind of a vocational resource center, approach us with a really simple concept. And they said, hey, we heard about this new virtual reality technology that's coming up, and we want to see if it would be a viable option for career exploration. And with that in mind, we kind of bounced it around for a little bit and said, yeah, okay, career exploration in VR, it makes sense. But at the same time, although it was a simple concept, it was a very broad concept because we could take it any matter of directions. And over a year or two, we further developed the concept, and we really dove into what would be the best careers to explore with VR, and how could we present them in a way that would be applicable to anybody, regardless of whether you were a high school student or an older individual transitioning careers. And with that, we started building out career experiences specific to the trades. One of the first experiences we actually developed was that heavy equipment operator experience you see in the bottom middle there. One, because that was a career we identified as an opportunity that 99% of students would never ever have the experience to try unless they had a family member or a close friend that was in the construction field, because no employer in their right mind would ever entrust a young person in a $200,000-300,000 piece of equipment. So with that as kind of the foundation of the whole experience, we started building kind of some procedures and protocol around actually using VR in the classroom. And we knew that if we were going to make this whole project accessible to everybody, we would have to design it in a way where every single career experience that we built was designed to last anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, and you'd be able to walk away from that experience actually feeling like you now know what that occupation is all about. And from the kind of the early stages to where we're at now, we've actually developed and released 10 different career experiences, and every single year we add at least 4 different experiences to the platform. So right now, some of those experiences that we do have that people are actively using in schools and employment centers, and even in a few different with a few different employers, are everything from welding, robotics technician, electrician, HVAC contractor, heavy equipment operator, mining machine operator, and then I believe we also have some coming out in other in-demand occupations like CNC operator, manual machinist, and really what we tried to do was to start with the occupations where there's either labor shortages happening now, or where there's going to be some massive labor shortages coming up in the year. And it just so happens that most of those are predominantly trades where you have that aging demographic about to retire out of the field, and there's a big need to encourage young people to get into those occupations. So in each and every one of these experiences, we work hand in hand with employers and academic partners that actually are teaching these and training these in those different fields. So we can really get a good snapshot of what it means to pursue that occupation. And then again, we work with our team, which is primarily built out of game designers, game developers, to try to present that in a way where, again, after that experience, you walk away and you get a good sense of kind of the fundamental aspects of the career. We're not using this as a training tool, but we're using this as a kind of a career sampling and career exploration tool. And our clients so far have had a lot of success just getting people talking about the different occupations that they try, getting them thinking about it, and in a lot of cases getting them motivated to actually want to go in and pursue a particular pathway because they got so excited about it by being able to just get that experience and get that hands-on that they would never be able to get in any other way. Josh, you want to just jump to the next slide there? This is a really quick video. So really quick video, the frame rate, if you don't have great internet, didn't look too hot, but I just dropped a link in the chat. So everybody be sure to copy and paste it and save that link. We'll send it around in an email afterwards. But that link to a YouTube playlist includes all of the CareerLabs experiences that are currently on the platform. We've condensed those videos into just quick 30-second, 60-second videos, so you can really get a sense of the environments that we immerse people in, the kind of some of the hands-on stuff that they'll be doing, and again, good high level of all the different occupations that people can actually go and try out with this stuff. And again, every year we add minimum of 4. We've got 5 coming out again in, I believe, June or July, and then next year through several different provinces and different states, we actually got additional funding to build another 10 occupations on top of things. So we're going to be bridging into all different fields and all different all different occupations, everything from healthcare to agriculture to kind of a few more of those trades that we haven't quite touched on yet, like mechanical, plumbing, things like that. You want to jump to the next slide again, Josh? This is another quick video of manual machinist. Awesome. So in terms of how people get access to CareerLabs, it's essentially a subscription to the software. So with that subscription, you guys get a license to use CareerLabs on a site, so at a school or within an employment center or a vocational training center. You get detailed manuals for all of the experiences that we've created, some additional fly-through videos and marketing materials so that you can promote that you guys have access to this stuff and help encourage students and clients to want to come in and try it. We also give you guys online technical and implementation training, so how you use this as a decision-making tool with clients. We touch on both the safety and the usage and the kind of the pre and post work that really should be done to help people get the most out of these types of things. And then again, there's another list of some additional careers coming. The videos for those extra 5 there, those are all on the YouTube playlist. So I really encourage you guys to all watch those and really get a sense of what everything is, because we try to make them as realistic both in the look and in what you're doing as we possibly can, without breaking the computing power needed for this. I think I'll throw this back over to you, Josh, and you could talk about the hardware component and the different bundles of hardware that we offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much. Real briefly, we're just going to talk real quick about professional development. And then we're going to get to hardware here. You know, those of you that are current Tierney Brothers customers, you know that their PD team is amazing. That they've done, you know, multiple different sessions for virtual reality and some of the other technology that they source, whether it's on site or, you know, over the phone or through a Zoom call or something like that. You know, we just want to make sure that you're aware that, you know, there is PD available for this solution and for, you know, general VR use that you can get through, you know, Tierney Brothers. And then also, like Harrison mentioned, that there's those online training modules, the technical and instructional, kind of how you actually get these up and running. And those resources come with your subscription. So if it looks daunting, don't worry too much. You're in great hands, and there's a lot of help available if you're unfamiliar with VR. This might be your first solution getting into kind of this type of education. So as far as the hardware goes, you know, we wanted to make sure that we provided you with 2 different kind of styles of solution. One that is really easy to use in the classroom, and then one that you can kind of take on the go if you have, multiple sites on your campus, or, it's you're taking it on the road for whatever reason. So we came up with, first and foremost, this mobile case bundle. And a lot of this is going to be like technical stuff. So if you have questions, feel free to write them in the chat. We can kind of elaborate more. But essentially what this mobile case boils down to is it's a small Pelican case that has a foam insert in it that holds a VR-ready laptop. It's the new ByteSpeed Atlas laptop that we launched in early April. It's a i7-9750H processor with a 2070Q graphics card, 16 gigs of RAM, a 500 gig SSD for storage, and it'll come with, your standard power brick and HDMI cable and everything that you need to hook that up to the VR equipment. The headset that we're going with for this solution, specifically for the mobile one and for the cart that you'll see in a second, is the Oculus Rift S. And we kind of landed on this headset in a number of different kind of pieces playing together. One, we found that it was one of the better headsets to run the CareerLabs software. So, obviously that is number one importance, making sure that the hardware and the software play nicely together and that everything runs smoothly. And Harrison and his team had really great success with the Rift S. When we did internal testing here at ByteSpeed, that was also one of the headsets that performed the best when we actually had the solution up and running. The great thing about the Rift S is it doesn't need base stations, so it's perfect for on the go, something that is really, really super mobile. All it is hooking up the headset to the computer, and then you can calibrate your play space with the headset and the controllers, and there's no extra equipment that you need. You don't have to lug around light stands and all this extra gear just to make your VR headset work. So it was lightweight and powerful enough to run the software at a really high level. And it fits really nicely in this Pelican case. We can get all of the accessories that you need and the laptop and the headset all in there in a nice, easy package. We've got rechargeable batteries for the controllers, along with a power strip for, the different things that you have to plug in, power for the laptop or the headset and things like that. We've included microfiber cleaning cloths that are awesome to keep lenses clean. Another face pad on the headset to, keep things sanitary, which I know is going to be a huge thing moving forward. It was a big deal before COVID-19, and now moving forward, I'm sure everybody is going to have that at the forefront of their mind as well. So we've got some things in there for, hygienic use and easily cleanable. So that's really all kind of encompassing. It's a really awesome mobile solution, and we're really excited about it. And alongside just the hardware that you're seeing, if you buy this bundle, it does include our white gloving service. So we get everything pre-installed on the laptop before shipping. Anything that any ByteSpeed machine that you'd buy through Tierney Brothers will come with this free of charge. We'll get Windows set up, we'll get Steam set up, we'll get the CareerLabs launcher ready to go, and make sure that when this shows up at your school or at your business, you can just pop it out of the case and turn it on and start using it. So that's our mobile kit. We're really, really excited about this. The laptop, I think, is the best laptop ByteSpeed has ever built, and the software alongside this hardware is going to run super, super smoothly. That kind of brings us to our mobile cart solution. This is more for still a mobile option, but more so, staying within a building or moving between classrooms. Whereas like that Pelican case is more, if you had multiple sites or you were going to travel, more than just across the hall. So the mobile cart comes with a VR-ready desktop, so very similar specs to the laptop, but on a desktop size processor. So, your i7 with a 2060 Super graphics card, 16 gigs of RAM, again, a 500 gig SSD, kind of all those similar things, but in a full size desktop, so that we're not sacrificing power, even though this is a mobile solution. And it straps right in at the bottom of the cart there, and is, attached to the cart. Again, we are bundling this solution with Oculus Rift S, and for the same reasons that I mentioned for the mobile Pelican case. You'll notice that this VR cart is very, very streamlined and very I would say simplistic in its look, and we thought it was important to kind of dial back and not have so many things that you have to worry about. In testing and kind of building out the solution, this is really version 2 of our VR cart model. Our first version was a giant stainless steel cart that had all this extra stuff on it. And when we came to the idea of, what would a version 2 cart look like? What would we want to change? We really wanted to make it lightweight and a lot easier to put together and maintain and move around. So, the Oculus Rift not having the base stations or not having a lot of the extra stuff that you might see with like a Vive Pro or some of those first generation headsets. We don't have base stations. There's not giant arms reaching off the cart that take up a ton of space. And really, we've kind of streamlined things and simplified it overall. You're still going to get all the great accessories with this cart that you would for the Pelican case. So the extra hygienic face pad, rechargeable batteries in the charger, HDMI cords, the cleaning cloth, power strips to plug everything into that's attached to the cart on the underside of the desk. And the great thing about this cart too is that it's height adjustable. So it's just a really easy lever that you'll pull on the side of the desk that you can raise and lower it to meet the height that you need. And overall, this is a really awesome solution for, if you're looking at housing something in your classroom or in a library or a tech office, and it's going to move around the school, but not really leave the building. So we're really excited about both of these solutions. The computers on both sides are going to be awesome for not only VR, but other, applications if you have them. The headsets are, I think, the best bang for the buck, and also really, really coming in on the performance side of things. They're aligning really nicely. And like I said, they run the software at a great level. And you're also, able to kind of plug and play as far as when the machine shows up. All of it's going to be white gloved and ready to go with CareerLabs, with all the software that you need to deploy your VR equipment. So it's really a big bundled solution that we're really excited about, and we know is going to be relevant and doing a great job for the life of the machine. Talking about warranties a little bit on the hardware, on the Pelican case, that side, the computer comes with the ability to go to a 3-year warranty. You might see a quote for 1 year or 2 year, but we have the option to go to 3 years on the laptop. It's a 2-year warranty on the headset. On the desktop option, it's a 2-year warranty on the headset, and then up to 5 years on the desktop. So we're definitely going to take care of the solution after the sale, and you can work through your Tierney reps if you're interested in pricing. We'd love to do some custom quotes for you based on the configuration of the PC. If you have other applications in mind or have some different use cases that you might need to tweak the hardware on the inside a little bit, we do have that option, and we'd love to do a custom quote and really get you as close to date pricing as possible, because these are awesome machines. And with summer coming up, that's when a lot of schools are taking a look at hardware needs for the next year, and we'd love to get in touch with the Tierney reps and hear what you guys need. So If there's any questions on hardware, feel free to put them in the chat now. And really, any questions on anything that we've covered today, that's about it. Like I said, about half an hour, 25 minutes worth of stuff to share. And now we really just want to open it up to our attendees as far as questions go. Feel free to ask them of myself or Harrison, whether it's software or hardware or anything in between that we can answer for you. We just really appreciate everybody joining us on the call today. Okay, a question coming in from Corey. Are there any plans to develop for lower cost headsets like the Quest? Harrison, I think that's a great question for you.
Yeah, great question, Corey. As of right now, we aren't planning to expand CareerLabs to Quest headset just because of graphical constraints. We're hoping Facebook will pull through on the Quest 2 or Quest 3 and increase the processing power. Because again, CareerLabs is all about highly realistic looks and feels, and the constraints around the Quest right now are just so tight that we can't quite build what we want to build on that. But that being said, we do have another really cool project on the go that you guys will see in probably 4 to 6 months around hospitality training and safe food handling. It's slightly gamified and a little bit stylized, but we're designing that to work on the Quest. So I'll just say, if you are interested, if you do have a Quest headset, make sure to leave your email because we are looking for beta testers and people to give early access to that once it's ready to go. We don't want you guys feeling left out on the Quest.
Any other questions? Well, I will say, I'll type down here in the chat. I'll leave my contact information for everybody. Feel free to reach out if you do have questions that come up in the next couple of days. And you're like, man, I wish I would have asked that during the webinar. Feel free to reach out to myself or Harrison. We'd love to get in touch with you. My cell number and email are in the chat. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me at this time, just because of the work from home situation and kind of where we're at in the world. And Harrison, if you can share your contact info too, that would be awesome. Feel free to reach out to us if you have questions moving forward or you want a deeper look into what CareerLabs can do or look like. Like I said, it's a great solution, and I think there we go. It's a great solution. We're really excited about it. And I know moving forward, they've got some great plans to expand the platform. And if you're looking for career and tech centered content for VR, this is, I think, the best solution on the market. And like I said in the beginning, it's, I think, one of just the best VR experiences out there. And I'm really impressed with kind of where they're going and what they've already done. So thank you so much to Harrison for joining me this morning. Thanks again to Tierney Brothers for inviting everybody and kind of putting this together. And thanks everybody for joining us this morning and for being such a great group to present to.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, everyone. And I just, if you are interested in kind of some behind the scenes of how this stuff is made, just be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can kind of get a behind the scenes look at all this development stuff that goes on.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. That'll do it for us this morning. Take care, stay safe, and we hope to hear from everybody soon.